Welcome to Soul Sync. Now I heard it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soul Sync.
Hello, people, for the second time.
Bum,
Shit.
bum.
We fully recorded a bomb ass episode and the recording did not record. It did not do its job. So, we're hitting you with a quickie episode and just quickly recapping basically all of the amazing points we made. But we realized like maybe we really just needed to hear it for ourselves because we're both kind of going through like similar things around this topic today. So, Miss Sammy, what are we going to be hitting today?
So we're hitting that you attract better because you are better. You are motherfucking different. And that's why this is a little check-in from the universe. Like my coach, Amanda, she's the mobile medium on Instagram. So if you guys hear me talk about her, please go follow her. But she told me, she was like, everybody says test. And she goes, I love to call them check-ins. It just sounds a little bit less like intimidating and like, ooh. So we just got a check-in of, oh my God, we've recorded the best motherfucking episode. And immediately we noticed, ooh, it only recorded 3 seconds. And we both laughed at it and saw the like good about it. Like I know me, my old version, I would have been so mad. I would have been like, universe, why? Like, why'd you do that to me? I have so much shit to do today. And I would have gone down an incredibly like negative spiral. Right. So when you are showing up in your highest vibration, you're just going to attract better, including your reactions to things, your perspectives to things, and most importantly, your feelings. We laughed it off. We literally thought it was funny, right? Because we're different. We've done the work on ourselves, and it really just goes to show.
100%. That's so true. Like an old version of myself would probably have been like, what the fuck? Oh
Yeah.
my God. Like, screw it. Like, we'll do it a different day. We'll do a different topic, like whatever. And we were like, no, you know what? It's fresh in our head. Let's jump right back in. Like, we're not going to let this go. So we are talking about our old selves a little bit today, too, and what we're kind of bringing into our new selves and our new version of ourselves. And like, some things that we're just attached to and attached to the past, we want to just cut that cord completely. So, something I mentioned was, yeah, and it feels so good to do it too. Like, we're cutting cords, baby. We're cutting people, we're cutting situations, we're
Bye.
cutting limiting beliefs,
Peace out.
and they don't serve us anymore. So, what are we still doing? So, I was telling Sammy, like, I've been getting nightmares lately, the last couple nights, and they've just been without a fail, like, all of these limiting beliefs about around relationships. And my past relationships have been very unhealthy, controlling, the whole thing. So they've kind of been coming up, but making it like twisting it to be into my current relationship, which is not true, cannot be any farther from the truth. And I was kind of telling Sammy, like, I'm just not sure like where this is coming from. And like I've done so much healing and I'm a totally different person now. So like why is this coming up? And she gave me like amazing advice as always. And was kind of like, there can be healing that still needs to be done. And maybe this is just showing you exactly where these loose ends are. And just as triggers do in everyday life, too, it shows you and it pinpoints exactly what you're kind of like being, stagnant on in your energy. So, this was really, I'm talking so fast. I feel like I'm not making sense in what I'm saying.
It's 11:11. So I was making my wish.
Yo, these are what my brain cells do in my brain too. One is like overthinking, and then the other one is like, it's 11:11. It's like one is on a totally different playing field. So that's fucking amazing.
But you were saying fast. Keep going. You were speaking facts.
Speaking from the heart.
During a powerful time.
So yeah, so we're not thinking the point of that. We're not thinking from our old self point of view anymore because that's not who we are. we're our present selves and we've been through all of this shit and we've been through the muck of it and we came out a completely different person. So it's kind of thinking about like where are these coming from and if we resonate with them and if we want to call them into our present and our future selves or not, and to just be very clear on that. So Sammy brought up a couple topics of her own that can kind of pertain to the same type of thing.
Yes. I'm sorry, this is just so weird. We already talked about it, so I feel like
I
I'm like,
know.
"Ooh, what did I say?" You know?
I know.
I was straight up channeling. Sometimes when we do these podcasts, no joke, I swear, I feel like I black out, you know, because I'll just
Yeah.
talk about things or something will come up and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I was feeling that. But
Same. Oh my God, same. It's so weird.
right?
Mhm.
But one of the things that I was kind of talking to Taylor about was how I'm really being intentional right now about my perspective on basically every category of my life. I've been working a lot with my coach Amanda, and she's been talking to me about like the power of what we say. And as you guys know, we talked in our last podcast about how words are so powerful and we need to be really mindful of what we say. And I was really holding on to this old version of me where I felt like I had to go through hard things or I needed to do things in order for my manifestations to come in. So, for example, I kept saying, like, oh, well, I need to do this for this, or I want this just so, so, so badly. I don't even know what to do about it anymore. And she told me, well, first of all, how much nicer would it be if you said, I would really love it if X, Y, and Z happened. And universe, you know what? If you got something better up your sleeve, let me know. I love good surprises. Bring it to me that way. And she goes, and you don't need to do anything. She goes, you are a completely different person. That's what inspired this podcast was she said, I don't even recognize you from the first moment I met her. I met her back in April. And she goes, the way that you have grown, you've transformed energetically, spiritually, physically, mentally. She goes, you are a completely new person and you need to start acting like that because everybody else sees it but you, right? And she goes, when you're in that energy, you're going to be able to attract so much better because everybody else is going to match your energy in that way too. And I had a conversation where that completely happened. Like one of the things that I've really been working on, as you guys know, is the abandonment I felt from my dad leaving. And I met him 2 years ago in person with Tom. And I remember I had such bad anxiety that like I was like shaking and Tom was like putting his hand on my leg and even my father said he was like you weren't ready, like you were too anxious. I could feel it from you. And now we're to the point where like I've really been working on that relationship this summer and I just reached out and I was like, "Hey, like I've been thinking a lot about my healing. I'd really love to talk to you about some things." And we've been consistently talking and now I'm going home and I'm so excited because I'm going to be seeing him and I'm going to be seeing his house for the first time. And of course, when it comes to like seeing my family and seeing people I haven't seen in years, I feel like oftentimes that's when our younger selves will want to come in because they don't know this version of me. They've never met me in this way. Half of them don't know I'm a medium. Half of them like think I'm crazy for the shit that I say and the things that I do. Half of them don't understand what I do for a living, right? But that was my limiting belief about them. That was my limiting beliefs about the entire situation because I know what I'm doing and I believe in what I'm doing. And if I'm honest with you guys, I'm so proud of the person I became because 5 years ago, Sammy, like she would have no business being here. But after everything I've been through, I really do feel so proud to be here. So I need to have that perspective when it comes to seeing all of these people again and when it comes to meeting my father for the first time. And that's what Amanda was saying. She goes, you are going to attract better. These are going to be amazing conversations. You're going to have the best time ever. And all of these good circumstances choices are going to come from you facing this because you are already different and better within yourself.
Oh
And
my
is that
God.
not just like the most powerful thing ever?
Yeah. I feel like you're just preaching to my soul. Good God. But that's so true. It's like you are a completely different version of yourself. So to like see people from your past and to like talk to them and old situations from your past, it's like you kind of feel comfort in moving back to that old version for some reason. Just thinking me like coming back to my old hometown like this past weekend, like you kind of almost want to revert back to old ways. And it just feels like everything in you, like the situation, the environment is like pulling you in. It's trying to like intrigue you. And like you are a completely different person. So you control that entire situation, how you react to it. And it is coming from such a healed place. So, like with the situation with you and your father, it's like you trust yourself now. You have a lot more trust in yourself. You're a lot more whole than you maybe felt back then. And a lot less like a wobbly human, like Michaela says. I don't know why. I think about that all the time. It's like, don't be a wobbly human. Be someone that's very sturdy and like who they are, what they want to surround themselves with. And I feel like you and I have really reached that level in our
Yeah.
growth of being like we feel very whole, very confident in ourselves that we can choose what type of energy we want to let in and what type of energy we don't. And this old limiting versions of ourselves, they'll maybe pop up. We'll see glimpses of them every now and then. And we have the choice to push it aside and be like, no, I'm not her. I'm not going to react that way.
Yeah.
No, I'm a healed version of myself. I'm not going to feel this feeling towards this person. I'm not going to do this. So it's being selective too and being aware of it when it comes up, and it really trains your brain, and it just gives confidence to yourself again of like, no, this is who I am now. I'm not that person.
Mhm.
So like you mentioned in the last episode we recorded that didn't record. Damn. Like you mentioned, fuck. Yeah.
I feel like the whole premise was that as you continue to up level, people can either come with you or they're going to fall off. Like they can't meet you at that vibration, right? So it's like as you are going up here, this is why Taylor and I are such good friends because we're always meeting each other where we're going. But respectfully, like if somebody is not on your level, if they are not serving your greatest and highest good, if you're leaving phone calls and you're feeling really gross and really icky and you're like, ugh, like that perspective just depressed the shit out of me, don't talk to them anymore. Like cut, clear, delete. That's what my good friend Tara said. She taught me that this weekend. Cut, clear, delete. Bye.
Wait, I like that.
I know it works.
Cut, clear, delete. And you have to sometimes in order to get to that version of yourself that you want to be, or that
Yeah.
person that you see yourself as. You know, it's people can't come with you on your journey. And sometimes they serve a purpose and sometimes they fall off, but it really is up to you. What type of vibration do you want the people around you to be at? Because they say that you become the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. And that quote always stuck with me of just being like, am I surrounding myself with all high vibing people, all people that I strive to be like, or in one way or another are inspiring me to be a better version of myself? And you feel the difference when you're hanging out with people that do not do that and do not serve a certain purpose, and the people that do and that are rooting for you and encouraging you to be the best level of yourself. So it's just about paying attention extra close to that and to what your goals are and just deciding.
Yeah. Well, that's why I love this idea of like you attract better because you're already better and you're already different. Because one, there is that potential that people will meet you, right? Like you're not always going to be on the same level or same vibration with everyone, especially when you get to the point in your spiritual journey where you're like, oh my God, I'm woken the fuck up. Like, this shit is happening. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you're just woke, right? And sometimes people aren't always going to come there. But the more that you are in your best version of yourselves, the more that you're also going to inspire those around you. So I have so many friends that, like, when I first woke up, they did not understand half the shit that came out of my mouth. And now they're voice memoing me, being like, oh my God, I'm saging. I'm Palo Santo. I'm practicing meditation, right? So they're gonna come. And also just know that as you are being better in your own life, you're gonna attract better from new opportunities and new people as well. So I really would encourage you guys to think about, like, as you're thinking about how you want to be better and how you already are better, because that's what makes it more powerful, is when Taylor and I will see, like, no, I'm sorry, those limiting beliefs are bullshit, because we did this work, this work, this work. Our reality right now is showing us this. So this is just something that's old. This reality is proving that this actually is going to happen. And you insert a positive what if. It's just so much more fun. And when I think about it, like going home, for example, it's like my coach said, she goes, you want to feel so happy. You want everybody to be smiling as soon as they see you in Nala. You want to be instantly embraced. You want to be laughing. You want to be having such a good time, really good conversations. Like, focus on what you actually want and focus on those minute details. That's why Taylor and I have such good times talking together, because, like, my core values is spirituality, fitness, my business. I love to laugh. I love to be having good, deep conversations. Like, don't ask me about the motherfucking weather, okay? I'm not your girl. But that is something that she values as well. So we just feed off of each other. So just know that once you have one person like that, you can attract so many more. Like I always say, oh my goodness, I'm just attracting more Taylors. And that's actually what I did earlier this year. And I found multiple Taylors here in Austin, or Tara in Dallas, who I just went to see, you know? So the more that you focus on what you have, the more you're going to call in, because you really, really, really are at that vibration where you're better. So you're just going to attract better.
I fucking love you. Just like the last one we recorded, you bursted my heart chakra right open. Oh my God, I love it so much. And yeah, like you get to choose the type of people that you want surrounding
Mhm.
you. So I cannot agree more. And the what ifs, I think, is huge too. It's really about what type of what ifs you're choosing for yourself. I would always, in my relationship, kind of put this weird energy that Sammy called me out and said, like, Taylor, like, you keep saying the same thing and it's just not serving you anymore. And I really think we should like dissect it a little bit. And I just have to say this, like, the word choice of what she said was the best thing ever. And it seriously, it gets me going. What did you say? It was like,
I
can I
said,
challenge, can I
I
challenge your perspective for a second? And I was like, oof, yes, you can. I was like, what's up, queen? Challenge it. Let's go. And she said, I think the energy behind what you keep telling yourself of, I just don't want this, my old relationship to bleed into my new one. And I just don't want anything from my old relationship to affect the healthy one that I'm in now. And that was something that I would say time and time again, because it is a fear. Like it's genuinely like a fear based thought. And that comes out of my mouth so easily because it's something that I'm just like very cautious of and just very aware of. And she was telling me, like, the universe does not hear the word don't. It's hearing what you keep affirming. It's hearing you, my old relationship bleeding into my new one over and over and over. So that's something that just totally blew my mind. And it's something I've heard before and is so true and so apparent. And it's just another thing of how powerful our words are and how they are spells. But those what ifs are all coming from old self Taylor, old limiting beliefs that I just don't resonate with anymore. And they are not going to come into my current situation because I'm not going to be speaking that bullshit into my life anymore.
and also
So,
think about what you're doing, right? Like, this is something I brought up to her. I was like, your standard is so much higher now. So you're
yeah.
never going to attract somebody that would ever cheat on you. And I can relate because I was cheated on in multiple of my relationships. But when I look back to the person I was, I had no sense of self-worth before, like for myself. Before Tom, like I swear I used to be like, I'm gonna go lesbian because I just like can't with these men. But I realize now, after all of my healing that I have done, that first of all, I love men, especially Tom. But second of all, that was my deep rooted belief that I loved my father so much and he was never around. Right. So it was like that was my first example of a heartbreak. And I learned it so young. So it
Mm.
was like with every guy that came into my life, because I did not heal that, it was just bleeding into all of these other relationships. So whether or not I did that action, like unfortunately they did the action of cheating on me, but I thought that I was worthy of being cheated on, if that makes sense. Like not worthy, I feel like that's a bad terminology for it, but essentially like I felt like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, now I'm like, what the fuck? Like you're an idiot if you do that. Like, good luck finding someone better than me. Like, good luck finding someone who's gonna love you unconditionally and say no to all these men that ask me out, like, move our pets. Like, fuck that shit, you know? Like, you need to have that energy because one, it's just great for yourself, but two, your man's gonna love that because they want to be loved, they want to be needed, and they want to be the motherfucking hero. So let your man be the hero.
Oh my God. Fuck yeah. I love that so much. You are the fucking tequila, not the chaser. Okay.
Yes. And that's with everything in your life, like not just relationships, but like have that perspective. Michaela, oh my God, I don't know if you listened to her most recent episode. I listened to it this morning, but she was talking about how she was like 21-year-old Michaela. I always used to say like I'm the most interesting person that you're ever going to meet. Like I'm the most interesting 21-year-old you're going to meet. Think about yourself. Be like I'm the baddest bitch out there. Like I love you so much, like to yourself, be like, wow, you're fucking amazing. Like, I don't know anybody else like you. I don't know anyone else that has the heart that you do, or the drive, or the passion, or the motivation. And go and tell yourself all these amazing things that one, you already feel about yourself, but two, the things that you want to feel about yourself as well. If you want to feel beautiful, preach that you are beautiful. Oh my God, I'm the most sexiest girl in the world. Come on, come on. I got that ass, you know, like
I fucking love it. And that's all because we worked through it and because we transformed it into something good, into a whole new life, into a whole new person. You know, like you become the lotus, like in that situation, because don't they grow from all the mud and the dirt?
yes.
So be a lotus, people.
And then come be a Lotus babe. We'll help you out.
There you go. And then become a lotus babe. That's her business is Lotus Lifts, just in case anyone is new here or hasn't listened to past episodes. Um, follow your girl. And you know what? Has been a really good quickie. We got things to do and
Mm.
people to see and people to influence,
Ooh, I'm going
lives
to
to
yoga
change
class.
in yoga class. So we're gonna leave you here. Any last things we want to say to the viewers? Any homework?
I think the homework would be entertain the fun what ifs. I want you guys to think about, because this has been my homework of how do you want people to feel about you? Right? How do you want them to respond to you? Like I was telling Taylor, I love making people laugh. Like I've always wanted to be funny. I don't know what it is, but I have always wanted to be funny. I like making people laugh. I like when they smile at me. I like when they want to hug me. I like being just like Don, like I'm a queen, just like bow, you know? No, I'm kidding.
Just
Oh my gosh, I've
now.
been talking to my coach too much. Anyways, so I want you guys to think about like how do you want people to feel around you, and then do that to yourself. Okay. Like I am telling you, I am pampering the fuck out of myself right now. And it's doing so much good just for my self-belief, but also just that love that I get to feel about myself now, you know? Like when I do the little things, like go listen to our self-care episode if you need kind of like an idea about that. Like that's really what I'm talking about here. But I want you guys to really think about how do I want people to feel and how do I want to feel about myself and then start doing it.
Yes. And entertain the what ifs,
Yeah.
baby. Only
Mhm.
the good ones though.
Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Let yourself dream big. Like imagine whatever your wildest dream is where you're like, "Oh my God, I don't know if that's possible." Give it a shot.
Guess what? It is possible, bitch. And then let us know what it is on our Ask Us. So
Mhm.
you can follow us on our Ask Us account, SoulSync SB, but also SoulSync SB, baby, on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. You got
Mhm.
options. And what about you, Sammy?
You could follow me on my name, first last Sammy, SamiRuess, on all platforms. And then y'all know Instagram and TikTok has the underscore.
So until next week, everyone, we love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.